Hello, today I'm taking a look at Rybbit. This is a Google Analytics replacement. It's lightweight, it's super easy to use, it's cookieless, and it's GDPR compliant. Now, I use Google Search Console, but I've got to be honest, Google Analytics is something I tend to avoid. I just find it a little bit complicated. There's just dashboards. I can never quite find the information I want very quickly. So I was quite keen to check this out. Thank you to Appsumo for providing me with access. One of the cool things about this website, just before we dive into the main dashboard, is if you want to check out the dashboard in a closer manner, you can come to their website and they've got this working example on here. So you can come in and you can check out these different sections and see some of the data for yourself. So depending on your plan, you can add multiple websites to this. I've set up a few different ones and I'm going to show you the Fishkeeper Guide website, which I set up a while ago to demonstrate ZimWriter. The setup process is really simple though. You simply click add website. Let's say I'm adding Appsumo. I don't want it public, so I'm just going to click add. And when you come into the console, you now need to add this script to your website. And this can be done very easily on WordPress. So I just use a code injector. You can use things like Google Tag Manager, and it's got all these options down here to explain how to do it. Now, they do say they have a plugin, and so if we go here to the instructions, it'll open it up. But when you click open, you go to GitHub. It's not actually a plugin that's hosted on the WordPress page. You have to, I think, download the zip file, upload it, all the rest of it. I just thought, you know what, I'm not going to bother with that. I'm quite happy to just pop in this code onto the site because I've got a little tool that does it. Google Tag Manager also makes that very simple. If you've got a WordPress website, you've probably got something like Tag Manager or a code injector plugin already installed to do different things. So I just dropped it in. What you then need to do is go to your website, just refresh it so it loads it up, and then this section at the top will disappear because it's detected the code is there and it's ready to go. Now, of course, this can only provide you stats from the point the snippet has been added and verified onwards. So it can't give you historical stats. If I put this on Appsumo today, I couldn't see stats for last week in this tool, but I will see stats going forward. This is what I like about this. It's just very, very quick and easy to see what's going on. It's currently set to today. Let's just widen that out. You can see this is where I've installed it Saturday the 6th, and then it started to track it. So it's only had a couple of days. It's now Monday. And this site doesn't get huge amounts of traffic, but it's a good one just to demonstrate what you can see. So heading over to the site, you can see it now registers one user online in the past 5 minutes. So that's me, because I've just got it open on another browser. You then got the basic stats that you want to know. So unique users, sessions, page views, bounce rate. And then if we scroll down, you can see where they've come from, the channel, so the direct, because in this case, I'm just typing in the address. And if they've got any UTMs, you then get information on what they're looking at. So you can see pages, titles, entry pages, exit pages, the host name. So down here, we get information on the device. So the browser, what it is. So desktop, operating system, screen dimensions. And then on this side, we've got countries, regions, cities, the language, the time zone. If I'd set up any custom events, they would show here. We've got some weekly trends as well. So we can see time on site, when are people hitting the site. That's especially useful if you're using this with an e-com site, because if you can monitor when people are on the site, you may have time limited offers, maybe like a happy hour type approach where if you need to drum up some business, then the hour before the peak time, you might offer a special coupon or something and that turns off. Now, I was quite impressed with this. I connect via NordVPN, and it's actually detected I've connected via Nord. But then it will also show you crawlers, data centers, company. There's all sorts of interesting information to see where the traffic is coming from. And then it's given me the keywords, how people are finding me. And it's got this because I've actually linked it to my Google Search Console. So there is that integration level there. So the globe feature is pretty cool. It just gives you a slightly easier way to check out where your visitors are from. Obviously, this is only just been on a few days and it's a low traffic site, so it's only really showing me. But we can swap it to a 2D map if you don't like the 3D globe. And if I press play, it will show it over time. It just has them pinging up. 2D map actually might be easy to see this. So you can see where they're popping up on the map. So I've loaded up a different blog that I've put this on. So if I hit play, this should be a little bit more impressive. You can see there's a lot more traffic on this compared to the one I've just shown you. From all over the world, people are visiting the site and checking it out. I do love this visualization. I do think it's really cool. Pages just gives you the same information on the dashboard, but a little bit more info. We can see the actual pages people are visiting, the session time, and how long they've been on for. We've then got performance information as well. There's a few elements that are disabled by default. So if we come in here, we can check the performance. Well, it's not actually testing the web vitals, so let's enable that. And now if I come back in another few days, it will have more information on the web vitals. It can't do it straight away because I guess it's got to wait for the traffic to come through. If I had any goals, this is where I would see the results. So goal name, and is it a page goal, an event goal? So it's pretty standard stuff, but I just find this easier to use than analytics. I'm always scratching my head where things are. There is an API playground. It's not something I've tried. I'm not really that into APIs, but you can get an API key and you can see these are the endpoints. Can't quite work out what I would use these for myself, but it's really nice that they've got this here. So if you're into APIs and you want to do something with these stats, it's there. You can do funnel tracking. Simply hit create funnel, enter the name, enter the different paths, and that will tell it your funnel. But there is also journey tracking, so you can see where people are coming in and where they're going to. You can follow them around. So for sessions, you can't actually see a screen recording. You can't see what they're looking at, what they're clicking around on, but you do get to see the individual users. They're not their actual names, they're just given these names. You've got information around where they're from and desktop, what device they're on, all that kind of good stuff, and the time on site. So if we go on this one, I can't remember if this is me or not, we can then say view user. So 1 session, 2 page views, the average duration, first seen on the 7th, last seen on the 7th, the top pages they looked at, where they are, the browser type, the OS, the screen, the activity calendar would show more green dots if this person had come back again and again and again. And if we click down, we can see more information on the particular session, what they were looking at, the entry page. So there's a lot of information here, but I like the fact that they don't show it all. It's not kind of spewed at you. You really get the top level stuff, which is what a lot of people will be interested in. And then you can drill down if you want to see things like operating systems. Now there is a list of users, but this isn't a platform that identifies visitors to your website. It simply shows you that list of users, page views, events, sessions, and last seen. So 8 minutes ago, this has got to be me from Manchester. Click in, it just takes you to the screen I just showed you. It does log events, so we do have an event log. I haven't set up any custom events, but this is where you would see them if you did. And it can also log errors, a bit like the other feature I showed you before. You do have to click enable, and it will log those errors for you. So like I say, if you want to check out these features a little bit more with some more data, come to their website and you can actually check out all these different elements. So if I click the globe, for example, now it's a little bit slower here because it's loading it up in this little demo frame, but you can see all the different globe features and you can swap it over like I did. You can actually have a play with this before you dive in and buy it. You could sign up and get 3,000 page views for free, but it is on Appsumo. I'll put an affiliate link down below. The licenses are pretty good actually. So for tier 1 at $49, you can use this on 3 websites, 20,000 views a month, and you get everything. So the only difference between the 3 licenses is the number of websites, the number of users, and the number of page views. But what you want to consider is how many page views a month are you getting? The number of websites becomes slightly less important there. 25 websites, but they share 250,000 page views. Well, if you've got one website that's doing 100,000 page views, then you really need tier 3, even if you're just going to use it on one website to get that headroom. If you've only got a couple of sites and only getting a few hundred a month, then actually tier 1 will probably do you all the vitals, the funnels, the goals, all that good stuff. Being able to monitor people's progression through a sales funnel is really good, because there are times when you've set it up and maybe you've got, a product, an upsell, a downsell, this, that, and the other. And if you've got too much stuff going on, people might drop off, and you may not always realize what is happening until you get a tool like this where you can map out the funnel and see where people get to. If you want to check out the full deal page, it's got a lot more information on here for you to have a look at. I'll put an affiliate link down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on my next video.